Welcome to Personal Development Mastery Podcast, episode 273. Today's episode is about wisdom. It has been said about the era that we live in that we are drowning in information while starving in wisdom. And I have discussed this particular topic many times previously on the podcast. And that's why I also do the consolidation episodes and the snippets of wisdom episodes. So today I will talk about wisdom, but specifically Wisdom, a social audio app that I have been using for a little while now and I see a great potential in. And if you're listening to this podcast, I believe you will also appreciate it. Wisdom is an audio app where you can ask the mentors who are there a question you want and you get a voice answer from the person that you're asking. The founder of the app says that they launched Wisdom with a modest mission to leave the world a bit wiser than we found it. And I can certainly resonate with that mission. Check it out. And also, if you have any questions for me, you can also ask me. I will put a link in the show notes. So I have been using the app for a few months now, and one great thing about the questions that I'm asked there as a mentor is that you only have 1 minute in order to answer them. So this creates very interesting situations where you have to really think fast and condense your message and be succinct. And what I'm going to do in this episode today, I'm going to play back the 6 most interesting questions that I've received so far on Wisdom, and of course my answers, each of them under 60 seconds. And I will share these 6 questions with you first so that you can get an idea of what to expect listening further down this episode. So question number 1 was, what motivates you in life? Question number 2, what's a grudge you've held for too long? Number 3, what's your number 1 sleep hack? Number 4, what's your vision for how you will serve the world? That's an amazing question. Number 5, what is a knowledge broker? And that's a great question again, since I introduced myself as a knowledge broker and podcaster many times. And the last question, number 6, what favorite quote do you keep near you? And I will share with you here that I've had a thing with quotes for a long time. I used to post 1 quote every day on social media. I did it for 4.5 years without missing a day. And for the geeks out there like me, it was 1,660 days in a row. So quotes is a topic that certainly brings back memories for me. Anyway, I digress. So these are the 6 questions that I was asked in the Wisdom app, and let's listen to my answers. The first question was, what motivates you in life? What motivates me in life? It's internal. It comes from within. It is a deep desire within me to be the best that I can, to be a good human being, to grow and to contribute, to a duty to fulfill my potential as a human being, and not just for myself but also for others, because as I grow I can inspire and influence others to grow themselves. So that is for me the biggest motivator. The next question I had was, what's a grudge you've held for too long? I actually don't hold grudges. Here's the thing, when you hold a grudge against someone, what you're really doing, or the person that you're really harming, is yourself, because all the negativity, the negative thoughts, the negative emotions are inside of you, affecting your physiology, your biochemistry. It is only harming you. There is that example, I think it was the Buddha that said it, that when you direct anger or a grudge in this case towards another person, it is like picking up a hot coal with the intention to throw it to someone else, but you are the one that's being burned. So I would say let go of the grudge, just forgive and feel great about it. Question number 3. What's your number one sleep hack? The most important factor for improving sleep, in my opinion, is the pre-sleep routine, what it is that you do before you go to sleep. And for me, that means about 1 hour, preferably a bit more than that, but at least 1 hour before I go to sleep, I will have to turn off all the screens or electronic devices. I will dim the lights down or avoid using blue lights of any form. So it will be red, yellow lights, lower light. Even going to the bathroom, I will not turn the light on because that will disrupt the melatonin production. So number one sleep hack, reduce all light and electronics the last at least 1 hour before you go to sleep. Question number 4. What's your vision for how you will serve the world? What's my vision for how I will serve the world? This is an incredible question, and it changes for me from time to time. At the moment, what comes up as an answer to this question is inspiring others, is invoking positive change, some action taken by either the listener of the podcast, Personal Development Mastery, or some other speaking engagement that I have done. And the people that I believe will resonate the most with my message are people who do not stand up for themselves or have not spoken up in the past. And I'm here to inspire them to be true to themselves. So that's one part of it. Next question I received was, what is a knowledge broker? That's a great question about knowledge broker. So I will start by saying that in the day that we live in, lack of knowledge is not the problem. There is abundance of knowledge out there. The problem with all that knowledge is that even though it's readily accessible, it's not easy to digest. It's so much for someone to comprehend. So a knowledge broker takes this abundance of knowledge and distills it into wisdom, into practical, actionable steps that one can take according to the situation that they're facing. So this is the definition that comes to mind by a knowledge broker. And I don't have time to answer the second part of your question, but thank you for asking. And last question to play in this episode. What favorite quote do you keep near you? One of my favorite quotes is by Michelangelo, the Renaissance artist. He said, the greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark. This is one of my favorite quotes. I will say it once more. The greater danger for most of us lies not in setting our aim too high and falling short, but in setting our aim too low and achieving our mark. So I hope you enjoyed my short answers and you found something of value in this episode. And I will invite you, if you want to ask me any question, to go to the link in the show notes, and there you can leave a question and you can either put your name in, or even you can ask the question anonymously if you don't want to disclose your identity and be the mysterious listener. Right. So, as a conclusion today, the app Wisdom is about listening to great answers, meeting like-minded people and finding inspiration. It elicits conversation and deep reflection through the lens of beautiful questions. You will find the link in the show notes, or you can go to wisdom.app. And before I sign off, let me tell you about the next episode, where I will share a reflection of 2022, especially for the podcast, and share with you the best episodes of this year, which were my favorite guests throughout the year, what changed in 2022 in personal development mastery, and of course, something that I also did last year and I will also do this year is the gratitude and wins of 2022. So that will be next episode 274 next Monday. Until then, stand out, don't fit in.